Yo, yo, yo. Michael T. Porter here. Welcome to Rooted in Music TV podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in. We're going to have some fun. We just politicking. We just talking. I got another bomb episode for y'all. But before I begin, y'all hit that like button, that share button, that subscribe button. Pass me around. Facebook, Instagram, and all other social media platforms. And y'all know how I feel about my chizzing. If you guys like to support the channel, Cash App, $ Michael US. Also, check out my website, 250gemstones.com.co. Also got my Spotify podcast. Link is in the description. Oh, man, Nipsey Hussle. One of the GOATs, Nipsey Hussle. I got my opinion about, my opinion is deeper than Nipsey Hussle's murder, but we're going to talk about Nipsey Hussle's murder and the things that surrounded his murder. And even with Eric Holder being locked up, there's still people want to know the reason why, because Eric Holder didn't say anything. He just did Nipsey dirty, did what he did, got sentenced. Now he thrown out there. I don't know where he at, Pelican Bay, San Quentin, wherever he at. But we just want to know why. And even now, if a man's been convicted, we should know why by now. But Eric Holder hasn't said anything, which makes everything even more suspicious, because if you got 60 years, you already been, why not tell the world why you did it? But I got a few videos for y'all. I want you guys to kick back. I want you guys to relax. Open up your minds to different perspectives. And after all these videos play, I'm going to be right back with you to give you my opinion. Let's go.
Right now, we lost everything. Everything we worked for, one person took that person out of our community. Thousands of jobs we don't have no more. Homies don't have nothing to do. They backslide. They robbing people now. We had stuff to do. Now they don't have nothing to do. All our stores are closed down. We were relying on jobs. The whole community relied on them and the team that we had down there. Now the team is not down there. Nip is not down there. The whole community is affected. All of our stores are closed. We have nowhere to go. We can't go to Rouse to get no food. The only thing that we have is that shopping center. That shopping center is closed down now. Tourists are coming by there, can't even take pictures no more. Everything we built got tore down. One man's mistake, one man's action messed up a whole community.
Our whole community.
Our whole community is suffering to this day. These kids don't have nowhere to go. They have nothing to do. They have nothing to look up to no more. And the world still wants to know why. We want to know why would somebody do that to a person that was leading the whole community. Why? We want to know why. That's all we want to know is why. We will possess a person to take a person out of our community that was so powerful. So many people depended on that person. Nobody depended on this other person. Everybody depended on this one person in our communities. And they want mercy from this guy. Where was the mercy when he was kicking Nipsey on the ground? Where was that mercy at? Where was that mercy at? You want some mercy? You want somebody to show you some love? You ain't even looked at nobody. You ain't even looked at the jury and show no respect, no remorse. Sir, to say how bad I messed up. You know, I got you. I'm trying to do it the right way. Thank you, sir.
Is it true, like, your next business venture is gonna be documentary? You're doing a documentary, is that true?
Yeah, I'm working on one. We doing a collection of info on Dr. Sebi.
Yeah.
You know, we just left his space today to get some more products.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Again, like when I seen your doc on Haiti, it made me think, why people don't know about it gotta be somebody's agenda for us to not know about this story.
Yeah.
So when I found out about Sebi, and it's about his case that he beat in 1985.
Yeah, that AIDS case.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm familiar with that.
Why isn't that like the no disrespect, like Rosa Parks? We all know about Rosa Parks didn't get up from her seat. That's an honorable example of, you know, somebody from our history.
Yes, indeed.
Sebi going to court and proving that he cured. Why isn't that like the no disrespect, like Rosa Parks? We all know about Rosa Parks didn't get up from her seat. That's an honorable example of, you know, somebody from our history.
Yes, indeed.
Sebi going to court and proving that he cured AIDS?
Absolutely.
Come on, why we don't know about that?
Absolutely.
And you know,
And he just died mysteriously down there.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Alluding to Dr. Sebi's curing people with AIDS. So in other words, instead of big pharmaceutical companies, they make a lot of money off sick people. But if Dr. Sebi if he has a method, a natural way to heal people of AIDS and other diseases, this is going to interfere with the big pharma. This is a big disruption in big pharma's agenda and business. And that's why he said all of a sudden he mysteriously disappeared or died.
So you know how they play.
Oh, yeah.
You know, niggas just tweet me, Hussle, be careful, man. Your plane gonna go down. I say, niggas better ride for me. Nigga.
That's what I'm saying. Don't pray, ride for it.
Yeah,
I
that's
tell
it.
them, yeah. But that's heavy.
This is a very important thing, a whole point of this podcast where we're talking about today. We just chilling, we just vibe. I want you guys to pay very close attention. They're joking about it because we know that the U.S. government, Vlad doesn't like to believe this, but black men, or all men, but especially black men, he doesn't believe black men are worthy of being on the government's radar. He don't believe that black men are worthy enough to be assassinated because of their contribution, because of their revolutionary stance. Let's play this. I'm going to run it one more time and go on to the next clip.
I want to work with you on that.
You know how they play.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and it's about his case that he beat in 1985.
Yeah, that AIDS case.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, I'm familiar with that.
Why isn't that like the no disrespect, like Rosa Parks? We all know about Rosa Parks didn't get up from her seat. That's an honorable example of, you know, somebody from our history.
Yes, indeed.
Sebi going to court and proving that he cured AIDS.
Absolutely.
Come on, why we don't know about that?
Absolutely.
And you know,
And he just died mysteriously
Listen.
down there.
you know what I mean?
Listen,
Yeah.
listen,
And so you know how they play.
Oh, yeah.
You know, niggas just tweet me, Hussle, be careful, man. Your plane gonna go down. I say, niggas better ride for me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't pray, ride for it.
Yeah,
I tell
that's
them,
it.
yeah. But that's heavy. I want to work with you on that
I
one.
would
man.
love to.
Yes,
I would
indeed.
love to.
Yeah, there's a lot of people we need to holler at who was, down with Brother Sebi and who's on that herbal thing, who talk about how the pharmaceutical companies are real funny style about people with those natural cures. Them pharmaceutical companies, you'll end up with a brain aneurysm, or you done fell out a
Fall
window
off the
by
building. All that.
This nigga said fall out of a window. The nigga said fall out of a window. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, listen to what they said. They joking at this vibe and they're talking, but listen what they carefully how pharmaceutical get your ass up out of here.
Yeah. A lot of folks who were on that natural cure thing wind up slipping on something and falling down.
Yeah.
A lot of them. So we got to chop up about that.
100%.
Yeah.
Speak on it. You probably didn't want to speak on it, but I just want to get your thoughts on Nipsey.
Oh, Nipsey Hussle.
Situation. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How you feel on that? Because it's looking it doesn't look like no regular gangbang stuff.
No. I believe
Yes, sir.
that.
You already said it wasn't no typical gangbanging stuff. It wasn't. It's very fishy about this story. Very fishy. Let's rewind it real quick. I'm gonna let it play. Let me be quiet. But the guy on the phone that's talking to Dr. Umar said the way he sees it, and how a lot of people say this wasn't no typical regular gangbanging stuff, conflict, confrontation, dispute. It wasn't no normal gangbanging altercation.
Oh, Nipsey Hussle.
Situation. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How you feel on that? Because it's looking it doesn't look like no regular gangbang stuff.
No. I believe
Yes, sir.
that Nipsey Hussle murder was a professionally orchestrated hit. Okay? And I believe that, just like the white man always does, he finds somebody jealous of us. He always uses a black hand. It's a white command, but it's a black hand. It's a white command, but it's a black hand. And I believe that they found someone who was jealous of Nipsey, brother who rode with him. It's always the Judas factor. It is always the Judas factor. It is always the Judas factor. And I believe they simply used him to carry out the hit. Okay, it was a black hand that pulled the trigger, but it was a white command. And I am still of the opinion that it may have been a music industry assassination. I believe that Nipsey Hussle's vertical integration music strategy to sell and distribute his music caused a lot of panic in the music industry. And if Nipsey Hussle been able to integrate his vertical integration music distribution and sales platform, that could have cost the music industry billions of.
So not only Nipsey was very smart. Not only he was pushing for natural cures, people eating right. We'll get dive even more to this. Now this is kind of new to me. Nipsey's musical influence and how he grinds was a threat to the music industry. The way Nipsey grinds, Nipsey surrounded himself around people that's much smarter than him, lawyers, music industry gurus, because he's always around Master P. He was around Jay-Z. He was around the ones who was the best to ever do it, the ones that came from the gut and worked themselves up to be multimillionaires, if not billionaires. And then Nipsey wanted to supersede them. Nipsey wanted to supersede the Jay-Z's of the world, the Damon Dash, the Master P's, the Rap-A-Lots, the Birdmans. He wanted to supersede all of them. And his hustle, that's what Dr. Umar was talking about. The way he was hustling as far as the music, was going to piss off the music industry.
Dollars, especially if he turned other black artists onto that vertical integration platform. The music industry could not afford for Nipsey Hussle to implement his vertical integration distribution platform. They could not. That would have totally cut the majors out of the money. And I believe the music industry, just like they took out Biggie in LA, took out Pac in LA, they killed Michael Jackson, they killed Sam Cooke, they killed Jimi Hendrix, they killed Prince, they killed Whitney Houston. I believe the music industry killed Nipsey. Until I get a better explanation, I believe it was the music industry.
People that never, you know, I want to ask something, and you could, you know, talk about it if you want, but
I dosed the pop's house on calls now bus route, and the one person who had the key to my heart took it and checked out.
You know, I want to ask something, and you could, you know, talk about it if you want, but I know it's something that a lot of people, you know, may want to know, and I've personally never heard you kind of like mention it or go into depth about it, but you know, rather it was, you know, on social media or in court, you know, you always mention, you know, that never call Eric a snitch and everything like that. You know, nothing will ever bring, you know, no back and everything like that. But do you think you could kind of like let us know what was said then? What was said, you know, from Nip's mouth that day? You know, if you don't mind talking about it a little bit.
So even like I said, you gotta realize, okay, Nip is a celebrity, so we out there, people taking pictures.
Yeah.
So you walk up, let me get a selfie, people taking pictures, signing shit. So basically when Eric get out, you know, and they talk, the split second that they had, it was a brief conversation. So it wasn't a 10, 20, 30-minute conversation. Okay? Let's just say a minute conversation. You know what I mean? So you ain't seen your partner in a while. You ain't seen your associate. Y'all grew up together. Yeah. You ain't seen your friend in a while. He push up on you. Hey, you know, and them say, you know, some shit floating around, you know, take care of it. You know, like on a homie tip, like, hey, bro, like, look, you got some paperwork, nigga, you need to take care of it. You know what I'm talking about? Like it ain't cool. Like, nigga, like, not, oh, you a snitch, never. He just said, bro, you know what I'm talking about? And shitty cuz was like, oh, niggas be hating on me, you know, hating on me. And that was like, man, you know what I'm talking about? Take care of it. And left it at that, and it was off to the next fan. So it was like a split. You know, like you ain't seen your cousin in a while, and he pop up, and you like, hey, bro, look, you know, they got some paperwork for him. He just sidebarred him. You feel me? He didn't put him on. He just kind of sidebarred him. Like, look, bro, they got a little paperwork on you, you know what I'm talking about. I'm like, yeah, these niggas be hating on me. Da-da-da. All right, nigga, take care of it. He walked on. You know, even then, at the end, he shook our hands, did all. It was never nothing heated. If it had been anything somewhat heated, I would have snatched cuz up. Yeah. You know what I mean? If Nip would have had anything heated, you know what I mean? It was a quick pull to the side, like, hey, bro, take care of that business. You feel me? Nothing confrontational whatsoever. You know what I mean? Nothing whatsoever. He even said, got some paperwork. I ain't seen it. But, you know, you take care of it. Basically, was giving him a lookout, like, looking out for him. So when it all transpired, I'm like, damn, why the fuck would that nigga do that? It fucked me up. Like, damn, why? From the conversation, why would this nigga come back and do that? No way in the world I'm sitting there stunned.
You know what I mean? I'm sitting there stunned. I can understand. Hey, nigga, look, bro. You know what I mean? I can understand that. You know what I mean? Somebody, hey, the homie called collect said you did or whatever. I can understand. Then I would say, okay, yeah, cuz said, we'll do. I would keep it 100. I mean, what do I gain? Why? If Nip did call him a snitch, say, oh yeah, nigga, you's a snitch. Okay, I would say that. That still don't justify what he did. I still gonna smash on what's right and what's wrong. Okay, I would say, yeah, Nip did do that, but no, he didn't. You know what I mean? So there's no need for me to. Why would I hide that piece of truth? Nip really called him a snitch. Come on. Yeah. I mean, out of all this shit that done transpired, you know what I mean? Just Nip never disrespected that man. I took it more or less. Nip was looking out for him. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't seen you in a while. You know, with some shit floating around. You need to go ahead and take care of that.
Did y'all see that, fam? Did y'all see that? Would y'all like my opinion? Would y'all like my opinion? Of course you do. That's why your ass is here. Y'all came to hear me. Y'all came to see me. The first thing I want to point out is that Cowboy, Nipsey's friends, probably one. I wish I had I do got some close friends, but if I go out, I want my friends to ride for me the way Cowboy did for Nipsey. Cowboy was on the scene. Cowboy's been to trial. Cowboy has been a great ambassador for Nipsey Hussle outside his brother Black Sam. Cowboy has been genuine. Cowboy has been honest, and Cowboy did everything he could, even to this day, to uphold Nipsey's legacy and shed some light on what's going on and keeping the marathon going. Just based on what I've seen, Cowboy is a real one. In my book, Cowboy is a real one. Dr. Sebi, or Sebi, I'm gonna say Sebi. Dr. Sebi. Documentary talking about he caring people. Me, in my personal opinion, you know, I think the guy was just jealous of Nipsey. That's why he was taken out. But at the same time, I can't say that's an absolute. I'm gonna put it to you like that. Eric Holder killing Nipsey Hussle because he was jealous. That may be, but it's not the absolute. I don't feel that's the absolute. All other, I ain't gonna say theories. All other assumptions are not valid because we all know the United States and all governments are known for wiping out people who get in their way. We all know that. Especially in America, if you black. Nipsey Hussle, let me just give you the full spectrum. Nipsey Hussle is what the U.S. government don't want black men to be. Ooh, and if you white and you listen to him, you listen to what I'm saying, it's obvious that you're not the white folks that I'm talking about because you took the time to listen to a nigga. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't one of them. As I look to my right and my left shoulders, because I'm suspicious of who out there. I'm looking at my window too right now. Who is out there as I speak this truth? Nipsey Hussle is, see, they're not really afraid of the terroristic gangbanger because they know that sooner or later somebody gonna kill them or they're gonna satisfy their prison agenda. They're gonna lock that nigga up. That nigga gonna get locked up. They ain't worried about them type of. They worry about them being on the street around their children, but far as these murderers, gangbangers, oppressing their own people, the gangbangers are out of control. Kids can't play. They're not worried about those type of gangbangers. They're not worried about them. They can go kill about 5 kids, kill old lady. They don't care because they want to see most black people dead anyway or in jail. But what they're afraid of is a nigga that thinks. What they are afraid of a nigga that gets some money, legitimately big money. They really don't want no man to have any money. I'm gonna be quite honest. Black, white, Asian, they want to oppress all of God's sons to where we can't be to the point to where we can't even influence the world the way we want to. We cannot influence the world the way we want to because you need resources. So you got this man that comes from the gang culture, has the streets unlocked, one of the top gang members in Los Angeles. That's pissed him off. because they're trying to figure out how come this nigga not locked up. Talking about Nipsey. We did everything we could to stop this nigga. Oh yeah. If you look at Nipsey's life, he's always had trouble with the laws, and a lot of it came after he really left the gangbanging stuff alone. Think about that. Most of Nipsey's problems came when he started doing the right thing and he really started committing himself to the music and his brand. When Nipsey committed to excellence in expanding his mind and surrounding himself around nerds, that's when the LAPD really started getting on this nigga's ass. Him and Black Sam were hot in Los Angeles. Black Sam, everywhere Black Sam and Nipsey. Black Sam, for those of you that don't know, Black Sam is Nipsey Hussle's brother. And Laura London, of course, that's his wife. Black Sam and Cowboy, I mean, those are the two pillars of the marathon. Like Nipsey said, he said Black Sam is a cheat code. These boys been getting money since they were little. Black Sam was behind the scene. Black Sam played his part. He had to be all in the spotlight. Black Sam said he couldn't rap. And that's cool because God's plan for Black Sam was to help your brother build the marathon. So since they were youngsters, the police been messing with them, but especially when they started becoming grown men. And, you know, they still rep the gang lifestyle. They still represent the struggle. They still represent black excellence. They still represent poverty, but they represent it in a different way now. They represent in the way that we're going to help our people get out. Now this nigga and his brother Black Sam becoming a problem. Nipsey and his brother became a problem. Oh yeah, there was a TMZ. They shut Nipsey's party down. All the stuff that's going on in Los Angeles. Now, I never been to Los Angeles a day in my... Well, I take that back. I've been to the airport, but I never stepped foot in, like, Los Angeles. But all the stuff, all the corruption that's going on in Los Angeles, all the dirty cops, all the homelessness, Skid Row. You worried about Nipsey Hussle, and you got human beings out there with no place to go, suffering, starving on Skid Row. That just let me know where you put your effort. Where a person put their effort lets you know what their motives are. Where a person puts their effort lets you know where their agenda lies. Their agenda lies with trying to tear down the marathon. So I'm saying that where there's a music industry, Dr. Umar alluded to the music industry. Not only that Nipsey Hussle was diving into the natural cures of Dr. Sebi, right? Of Dr. Sebi. The pharmaceuticals will get you knocked off. We all know this. The IRS, all these big people that work in the government will get your ass knocked off if they ever feel you a threat. Nipsey became a threat because the nigga started using his mind and influence and he was young. He's everything that the government don't want. Young. I believe in getting rich early. Why? What's the point of waiting till you in your 50s? That's their plan for you to wait till you're 50. How many people gonna make it to their 50? My generation, the youngsters, we're looking at it like, why the fuck are we gonna wait until we get old to get rich? No, we want it. We're gonna get it now. So this is a whole different mindset. Nipsey showed youngsters how to get money early. Not just the youngsters for who want to be rappers or whatever, just whatever you want to do in life. He gave that momentum. He's given a different mind frame, especially to the people in Los Angeles, but to the hip hop community and to the black culture. He's everything that the black man, that they don't want the black man to be. Have gold around their necks, looking fly, looking fresh, having beautiful women, intelligent, inspirational, and the number one is having God in your life. Was Nipsey the quote unquote perfect Christian? Absolutely not. Is anybody the perfect Christian? No. But there's a song in his last album, Right Hand to God. When you start talking about God and he was talking about God, and you're talking about family, and you're talking about money, these are basic fundamentals of being a man, because as a man, you got to get the money. Oh, money is the root of all evil. No. There's a lot of people that do evil stuff that had nothing to do with no damn money. How about that? Where are your morals? What is your mind state? Where's your spiritual state? So as Nipsey's getting evolving as a human being, that's another thing they don't want black men to do is evolve and change the imagery. Buying up property. They don't want niggas to have anything. And like I said, quite honestly, they don't want America to have anything. They don't want the American men to have anything. Slave wages. And who wins? The corporation. You work 40 years only to hope to be only in hope that you get a SSI or you get some type of government assist. You put in 40 years just to be broke again, to be on a fixed income. 40 years you dedicate to a company only to be financially restrained as you get older because it costs more money to get older because you're constantly getting sick. So what is the point of waiting till you get rich when you're older? You're talking about missing out on life, traveling, networking. All these things cost money. It takes resources. So Nipsey, towards the end of Nipsey's music career, he started getting really, really big. The album was coming out, won the Grammy. And I think his next album was going even better. He really started imprinting. But Nipsey been doing it for about, 15 years. He started when he was 17. I want to say Nipsey been in the game almost 20 years. He started as a youngster, 17, 16. So we say 16 to 33. That's 17 years. Grinding. Putting himself in a position where he's a millionaire. And now he's on the trajectory of being a billionaire. You're talking about a man who come from the slums of Los Angeles, talking about Bitcoin, talking about the black culture eating right. So for those, there's a lot of people like Vlad, and then this is the bigger picture. That's my bigger picture. They don't want Nipsey is the image. Nipsey is the man that they don't want most men in America to be, especially Black America. They don't want men to have confidence. They don't want men to buck the system. They want you to just be pussies, be broke, hate God, and take it up the ass. That's the agenda today for men. Be broke, financially broke, spiritually broke, emotionally broke, all aspects of what it takes to be a functioning human being. They want you to be broken in every aspect. They want you to be broke. They want you to hate God, right? They want you to hate God so they can control you. They want you to hate God. This is a generation. This is probably the most demonic generation. I want to say the last 10 years. 2010, I think we were introduced to the New World Order. 2010, we have been introduced to the New World Order. After 2010, Obama really kicked off the New World Order, in my opinion, with this whole LGBT thing and it all introducing us into this whole world of nonsense. Men can be women, women can be men. In some aspects, you can have sex with children. We were introduced to the new world to where people are shamed for loving God. But this has always been like that, even back in the biblical days. But this has been pushed. It's all over the corporations. It's all over the news. It's in the music. It's in the schools. It's in politics. This new world order under the rainbow flag, was really pushed through Obama and the Democrats. We are in the new world order. We are in the new world order. Then this order is the number one religion right now is the LGBTQ community. This is the number one religion. You can't talk about it. If you want to correct it, you don't want it. If you go against it. And now they're forcing you to be a part of this religion. This is the new world order. Right? This is what I mean by they want you to take it up the ass. Literally, they want more boys to be pussies and take it up the ass. But psychologically, that's what I mean, take it up the ass. Be broken. Not speaking up for yourself. Not to use the God-given voice. God gave men's voice deeper and heavier because we are the commanders in the community. We are the leaders in the community. In order to lead, you gotta have that voice. It's to a point to where they have warped the minds into where men acting like women, so they can't speak up about what's right or wrong because they don't even know what's right or wrong. We're actually having conversations to where women should take the life of their own children. Does that mean this is the new world order? It's actually a debate whether we whether it's right or wrong for a woman to take the life of her own child. Deceptive language. It's her right to take the child. It's the woman's right to take the child according to who? Because if I go kill someone, then that's a life sentence. But if a mother kills her child, it's justified because of a right. But I don't have a right to kill somebody. Well, the another part of deceptive language, well, it's not murder because the child hasn't taken his first breath, or now they're coming up with more deceptive language. Well, it's not technically a life. It is. What I mean by deceptive language, lying. Behind deceptive language is there's a lot of blur. There's when truth and lies are blurred, and it's hard to kind of tell whether somebody is telling the truth or not. But when you have the truth, you know when somebody's using deceptive language. Life begins when the sperm finds the egg. Life begins. That's why it's called a 9 to 10 month pregnancy. It takes 9 to 10 months for a healthy baby to come out their mother. We're actually having a debate to where is it righteous or evil for mothers to take the life of their own children that's growing inside of their womb. We're actually having a conversation to where think about how far gone we are today. Like I said, Nipsey's legacy is huge. Well, I'm using Nipsey's legacy as a pillar to a bigger picture. How they broke in the men, and the men can't even put things back in order. Nipsey is a real man. He's a man that they don't want us to be, and we're trying. And tell you like this, I'm at the level like we should be superseding Nipsey. This excellence has no limit. Let's go higher. But getting back to the times that we're living in, men thinking they women, women thinking they men, taking the life of their own. It's one thing to kill somebody else's kid, to end the life of their own child. The one that goes to bed with them, and when the baby's hungry, the woman has to eat more because there's a miracle growing inside of them. It's a new beginning. And we're up for a debate whether this is right or wrong. And even I had not a debate, I had telling my sister, and I said, she said, well, I think maybe if a child's been raped because her body is too small to carry the child. And I said, well, at the end of the day, it is a woman's choice. That's what I mean. It's deceptive. Is the truth. It is her choice because it's her body. But deceptive language is, get to the first point, deceptive language. It is her body, but her body is regulated just like a person who's not pregnant, because it's my body and I can't take this body, put it in a car and go kill somebody, and it's called a drive-by. I cannot get in a car with a gun and go kill somebody. My body is regulated. My body, my choice. This is the type of deceptive language that they're telling people. It's not your body. Your body is under some type of regulation. Even if you're a pregnant mother, you still can't kill nobody. You can't go kill the mailman. You still can't go up a woman's head because you're looking at your baby daddy. You still can't poison your baby daddy because for whatever reason. Your body is still regulated. Well, is my body my choice according to pregnancy? Okay. In certain circumstances, my whole point was abortion should be the last resort. What can we do to help if a woman has gone through a traumatic experience, if she's been R-worded or M-worded, you know what I mean? That's a horrible ordeal. And who am I to say what's right or wrong? Well, all I'm saying, I'm thinking about the child and I'm thinking about the mother. The mother needs psychiatrical help. She needs spiritual guidance because now she has a life and she didn't plan on this. So my big point is money. So if a young girl who's 12, she's been R-worded and she comes up pregnant, how come the government can't take care of her until she's 25? Because the very first thing they say is that, well, this happened in, my sister said, her body. Like I said, that's not my place. If she physically can't have the baby, then her and the doctor has to get together and make that final decision. But I'm talking about if the 12-year-old is able to have the child and the doctor said you will be fine if you have it, do you want to have it? What would be the reason not to have it? Oh, because of the trauma. They always go to abortion first. How do you know that every woman or young lady that has been R-worded wants to get an abortion? Maybe she is a lot more compassionate than the rest of you bastards out there. Maybe she look at the baby as a miracle. Maybe not then, but as she gets older, she look back, this baby was a miracle. For whatever reason, that horrible ordeal happened, but I have this baby in my life and she has a bond with this baby. Maybe she'll have more of a bond with the baby because of the experience. She'd be so protective of this baby so that won't happen. Especially if it's a girl, she'd be so protective and loving to her baby. I'm talking about the 12-year-old girl who decides to keep it, who has been R-worded. Maybe she'll have a even more phenomenal bond with the baby because she'll be so protective. She'll be such a great mother because she don't want that to happen to her little girl. You know what I mean? You don't know what a person goes through. What I'm saying is abortion should be the last resort. Absolute last resort. Shouldn't be. I mean, if it's going to interfere with the woman's health, if they say, hey, you can't have it, like I said, that's a conversation between her and her doctor. But if the woman's healthy, why would you get rid of it? Now, we're not going to extreme circumstances. We're going to a general. Why would a woman just get rid of, go down to the clinic and get rid of it? A lot of women use abortion as a form of birth control. And this is where deceptive language come in. And we can go on and on and on. This thing is not about abortion. I'm just telling you about the times that we're living in. It's going back to Nipsey because Nipsey grew up in the same time period. Nipsey is 30. He died 9/4. So Nipsey be 37, 38. Still young. So 18 years ago, what's that? 18 minus 38. He was 20. So a lot has changed in this world in the last 20, 30 years. It's been absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. So when I'm going back to Nipsey, is structure. They want this world to be a complete world of chaos, confusion, murder, crime, broken. They want a world full of broken people who won't buck back and who won't rise. They don't want any man to rise above the occasion. And not only they don't want you to rise, they don't want you to pull anybody up. And this is the very reason why Nipsey, it was on Nipsey's ass. He's pulling people up through his businesses. He's pulling people up through the people who want to aspire to be musicians. He's pulling people up through the music. He's pulling people up through his businesses. He's pulling people up through eating habits. And he's pulling people up through information. Pulling his people, black people, up through his information. Like I said, Nipsey surrounded himself around very intelligent people. Well, how do we get money? How can we eat better? And then he brought his African influence family. I think that F word, family, money, FMG, family, money, and God. These are the three things that they do not want to install into the men. Family, money, God, or whatever order. God, money, family, or God, family, money. However you want to do it. He's Eritrean as part of Ethiopia. I guess Eritrea and Ethiopia broke up, but I guess they're all the same people. As Dr. Umar explained it, I never been outside the U.S., so a nigga knows what a nigga knows. I only know what I see and what I hear in these streets. But he brought his family values, financial values, the importance of getting that goddamn money, the importance of family. They said out there in Eritrea, when he went out there, it was entirely different from America. America's all about work, getting for everything's moving so fast, getting money for new clothes, this, that. He said when he went back to Eritrea, the whole town, they take an hour out or they take a couple of hours out to eat together. Everybody eat together, and it was a different mindset. All the women would be in the kitchen and cooking and preparing the meals. The men will help out, do what they need to do, and they will all feast together as a family. This country prides itself on breaking families, especially black families. Look at New Orleans. Oh, we gonna bust it open. We gonna bust it open. We gonna bust it open. But LA, California is probably one of the most racist states I've ever seen in my life. I'm gonna be quite honest. California is far more racist than Texas. I know y'all not gonna believe that. I know y'all not gonna believe that. Those Democrats are the worst of the worst. I don't give a damn. I've seen it. I see it. You can go see it right now. Look what they did to the blacks. They have wiped out the blacks in Los Angeles. They have wiped out the blacks in Los Angeles. Everywhere niggas go and everywhere there's blacks, black. Well, I can't even say it's racial now. They just destroying the whole damn state. But for the longest, that was their mission to get them niggas up out of LA. They don't want them there. I don't know if it's gentrification. They do not want niggas in and it worked. I think in Los Angeles Height, when LA was LA, I mean it was jumping. I think Los Angeles was 65% black. They were all coming from the South. Look at Los Angeles. Ain't too many black. What, 20%, 30%, if that. Did y'all know Oakland lost all three franchise teams? They lost they're most recently the Oakland A's. Golden State went to San Francisco, and the Oakland Raiders went to Las Vegas. I mean, destroyed Oakland. They have destroyed Frisco, destroyed Los Angeles, destroyed it. I've seen it with my own. I left there a long time ago. Like I ain't gonna make it. I ain't gonna make it. I ain't gonna make it. It's absolute nightmare. You can't get a job. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Cause I resonate with Nipsey because I'm from the West Coast and I know how freaking hard it is to fight against them damn policies out there. I know how racist the Democrat Party is. I know how to maneuver through deceptive language. I know how to maneuver through the agenda. The agenda is to keep everybody broke, make you hate God so they can become your savior, break you, keep you away from God so that the Democratic Party can be your savior, or whoever's in charge can be your savior. I don't trust the Republicans either. Whoever's in charge, that's how they try to get you. Skid Row didn't happen overnight. Homelessness through the roof. That's what I'm saying. Back in earlier in this podcast, they're jumping on Nipsey, and you got hundreds and thousands of people homeless. Tent cities. Hundreds and thousands. California is a nightmare. It's an evil paradise. It is paradise. Evil than a mofo. Building more prisons. Building more. Why you gotta think? Why are you building so much prisons? They don't build prisons. California has one of the highest incarceration rate. Had the most prisons at any other state. I got do my research, but then California has spent millions on building those prisons, millions, and they don't build prisons with the anticipation of them being vacant. I repeat, they did not spend millions of dollars. California did not spend millions of dollars on those prisons. Pelican Bay, San Quentin, all of the Folsom, New Folsom. Hell, Alcatraz. They did not spend all that money on them prisons with the anticipation of them being vacant. They built the prisons, motherfuckers, so they can fill them. So they can fill them. One of the worst prisons out of all the prisons, Alcatraz. Boy, oh boy, they sent Al Capone, sent his nigga ass up there. He was acting a fool out there in Chicago. Al Capone was acting a damn fool out there in Chicago. They said, we got something for your ass. We got this new prison. At that time, it was new. Or it just been open for not too much long. I'm going to do a little bit more research. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all can leave y'all comments. Because now you can leave comments on YouTube. YouTube Music. Y'all help a nigga out. Help a nigga out. Y'all can help me out. But I believe the prison wasn't up too long before they threw Al Capone ass up in there. The waters were shark infested. They deliberately built this in that specific spot because there's sharks over there. So even if your punk ass escaped, you're gonna get eaten up by the sharks. Now I heard there were two brothers that escaped. I think they had some help. Somebody had a lifeboat out there waiting for them. Alcatraz, off the coast of San Francisco, one of the worst prisons in the United States, perhaps the world at its height. Alcatraz, the horrific. So they talking about ghosts. They're talking about the inhumane condition. I mean, those are the bad boys. Lot of men up in there. There's a lot of evils going on up in there. Alcatraz, Pelican Bay, San Quentin, all the county jails. Who am I missing? I know there's a lot more, but y'all get my drift. Y'all get my drift. That's a wicked place. So I resonate with Nipsey. See, y'all don't really see a lot of people that never been to California. They think it's just palm trees and oh, jolly, jolly happy. That's probably the most wicked place. Niggas can't get jobs. That's why in that clip with Eric Holder, when he said, the very first clip, when he said he took everything we had, when Eric Holder killed Nipsey, he killed the neighborhood because it was a long time before anything was moving for black men. And that's one of the culture shocks when I moved out here to the South. It was so fascinating to see so many blacks working. At times I forget I'm even in the South, like coming from California, especially if you a nigga, if you black, you ain't getting a job. Here's the thing. If you are a felon, 2-time felon, you're not getting a job. Well, we got to do a background check. Oh, violent, assault, and battery. Well, due to the background, that's how they hit you. Due to the background, we can't have you here. I'm sorry, but we can't extend the offer to you. Due to the background, due to the background, due to the background. Then brothers really tried hard to get their lives together. This is what they did. Not only will they do a background check for if you've been incarcerated, misdemeanor and felonies, now they're doing credit checks. What the hell does my credit have to do with me getting a job? And if my credit does have to do something getting a job, you know, if I need a job to clean up my credit. So either way, I need the damn job to get ahead. It's a cycle. It's that I'm gonna say it bullshit. It's the bullshit to keep black men out of the realm of Nipsey Hussle. So coming from California, I totally understand where Nipsey coming from. They don't want niggas, especially California. Oh my God. They don't know. They don't want to see a whole bunch of niggas thinking and getting money, because then niggas will have the resources to have money and do what? Repopulate. But see, the blacks, they're repopulate, but they are not repopulating like they were back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, because they don't have any money. Now, you still got the poor blacks that still having children. Poor people are always going to have children, but what they don't want is the next generation of black children educated. They don't want black children coming into a household where there's a father. They don't want children to come into a household where there's a father with money and intelligent and means and capabilities of networking. Oh yeah, I'm gonna break it down to you, fam. I survived there. I had to get out. But I'm gonna leave it here. I would love to know what y'all think about the times that we're living in, and what do y'all think was the real reason Eric Holder killed Nipsey? Was it jealousy? Was it a conspiracy? Do y'all think the government put Eric Holder? I honestly believe Eric Holder was put up by the government, in my personal opinion. I could be wrong. I believe that there's a powers that be put Eric Holder in a position because just like the music industry. Well, who runs the music industry? Everybody's talking about it's the Masons. Who the Masons? Don't the Masons run the United States? Is that the word on the street? I don't know. It's alleged. I put that out there. It's alleged that the Masons are running the United States, the land of the free. That doesn't mean we're free because of our constitutional rights. We're free from loving God. That's what that means. We're the land of the free. Free from loving God. Free from obeying God. It gets deep. But I'm just curious to see what y'all think about Nipsey Hussle's murder. Was it pure jealousy? Was Eric Holder put up by the higher powers to get to Nipsey, because they've been trying to get on Nipsey for the longest? What do y'all think? I'm dying to know. Flood my comments. Thank y'all for tuning in. 250 This is Rooted in Music TV. I am gone.